From Vedic priests to Instagram influencers, for thousands of years people have sworn that this golden powder can heal almost anything. But how did this belief even begin? Turmeric residues have been found on cooking pots more than 4,000 years old, and today it fuels a multi-billion-dollar industry built on a molecule your body can barely absorb. The answer starts in the ancient soil of the Indus Valley. At Farmana, a village in the ancient Indus Valley, archaeologists discovered something unexpected on the teeth of people buried over 4,000 years ago, a microscopic trace of turmeric, not just once, but in multiple individuals and on the inside of cooking pots and stone tools. The team, led by Dr. Arunima Kashyap and Dr. Steve Weber, used starch grain microscopy to identify these tiny polygonal grains. The shape, the lamellae, the way light passed through them under the microscope, all matched perfectly with modern Curcuma longa, the turmeric rhizome still used in kitchens today. For me, the idea that a spice I watched my grandmother grind by hand could be traced so far back in such detail feels almost uncanny. These findings are not isolated. Similar residues have turned up at other Indus sites, Datrana, Loteshwar, and Shikarpur, suggesting turmeric was not a rare luxury, but a familiar presence in daily life. The evidence is more than culinary. Charred fragments, pigment traces, and use wear on grinding stones point to a plant processed for food, dye, and perhaps even medicine. This is not a root, but a rhizome, a thick underground stem from the ginger family, storing energy and color in its flesh. When sliced open, the vibrant yellow-orange reveals the curcuminoids that still give turmeric its signature hue. In the Sanskrit world, turmeric became Haridra, the golden one. The Rig Veda, composed around 1500 BCE, mentions a radiant substance used in ritual offerings. By the time of the great Ayurvedic texts, the Karaka and Sushruta Samhitas, turmeric had almost 55 names. Each synonym from Ranjani to Kumkuma hints at a different property: color, fragrance, bitterness, or healing power. The classical physicians described its taste as bitter and pungent, its energy as heating, and its effect as sweet after digestion. They prescribed it for wounds, skin conditions, jaundice, and digestive troubles, blending observation with belief and ritual with remedy. I keep coming back to the sheer abundance of names. In Sanskrit, a plant with dozens of synonyms is not just an ingredient, it is a cultural anchor. The language itself carries the memory of turmeric's importance long before any clinical trial or supplement bottle. The story of turmeric starts in the soil, but it is the words and rituals that carry it forward. Nothing in this film is medical advice. If you are thinking about using turmeric for a health condition, speak to a qualified doctor first. In South Asian homes, turmeric is woven into daily life and haldi ritual. The haldi ritual, held before weddings, gathers family around the bride and groom, each person dipping their hands into a golden paste of turmeric, water, and flour. Elders lead, painting skin with yellow as laughter, and the earthy scent fill the air. The act is both blessing and shield, meant to purify, protect, and promise a radiant start to marriage. Turmeric's power isn't just in belief, it is in the way each generation repeats the gesture, turning a kitchen staple into a rite of passage. Long before modern borders, turmeric traveled with merchants. Dried roots packed alongside pepper and cardamom left India's Malabar coast, riding monsoon winds to Southeast Asian ports. Northward, camel caravans carried it along the Silk Road, where it found new names and uses. In Tang Dynasty China, medical texts described Jiang Huang, called yellow ginger, as a remedy for moving blood and easing pain. Today, traditional Chinese medicine still prescribes it for circulation and blood stasis, echoing those ancient lines. In the Islamic world, Unani healers drawing from Greek and Persian sources praised turmeric's warmth and purifying qualities. Ibn Sina's canon of medicine listed it for jaundice, liver ailments, and skin eruptions. Later, Ottoman and Mughal doctors turned to it for chronic ulcers and eczema. Across languages and centuries, the same yellow powder kept surfacing for liver, skin, and blood, linking Delhi kitchens to Cairo clinics. By the late 1200s, Marco Polo reached Kashmir's markets. He wrote of a brilliant orange powder, ground fresh for food and wounds, so vivid it seemed sunlight made solid. His account carried turmeric into Europe's imagination, though Western medicine would lag far behind. Ritual and trade multiplied turmeric's reputation. Each wedding, every healing paste, every merchant's journey layered belief onto practice. The same spice-bound households and distant ports, reminding us that healing often starts with trust and tradition, not just science. In 1842, Vogel Jr., a German chemist, isolated vivid orange crystals from turmeric, naming the compound curcumin. For centuries, turmeric's color had marked rituals and meals, and now its essence was reduced to a single molecule. That moment in Vogel's lab set the stage for a transformation few could have predicted. Turmeric, once a kitchen staple, is now the engine of a global wellness market valued at over $2 billion a year. The modern curcumin craze did not rise from tradition, but from laboratories and supplement factories. Today, extracts boasting 95% curcumin line pharmacy shelves and online stores, marketed as solutions for everything from aching joints to sharper minds. In cafes from London to Los Angeles, golden milk lattes glow under spotlights, their color curated for social media. On Instagram, #GoldenMilk collects hundreds of thousands of posts, each cup promising anti-inflammatory power and immune support. Influencers, some with audiences in the hundreds of thousands, blend personal stories with product pitches, fueling demand. Yet the science tells a more cautious story. The most thorough review, a 2022 Cochrane analysis led by Professor Emily Chen, examined dozens of clinical trials and found only modest relief for osteoarthritis pain. For other claims, like Alzheimer's, depression, or cancer prevention, the evidence remains weak or inconsistent. Even in controlled settings, curcumin's main flaw persists: poor absorption. Swallowing a capsule of concentrated curcumin is not like adding turmeric to a curry. Most of the compound passes through the body unabsorbed. New delivery methods, such as pairing with black pepper or using nanoparticles, have improved absorption slightly, but not enough to match the marketing. Culinary turmeric, the powder used in kitchens and ceremonies, contains just 3 to 5% curcumin, along with other compounds absent from high-dose extracts. Health authorities agree turmeric is safe as a spice, but therapeutic claims for concentrated curcumin remain unproven for most conditions. The gap between tradition and commerce has never been wider. In Erode, Tamil Nadu, a turmeric farmer stands by as his harvest is weighed and sold. At the farm gate, the price for a kilo of fresh turmeric rhizome is 30 rupees, less than 50 cents. Yet, by the time it becomes high curcumin extract in a supplement factory overseas, it commands $10 a kilo. The difference is stark. Each step, from agent to processor to exporter, adds profit, but the farmer's share remains almost unchanged. Many growers describe it as watching gold slip away for the price of sand, while turmeric's global fame grows. The risks are not only economic. In 2021, food safety labs across India, Pakistan, Nepal, and Sri Lanka uncovered a troubling pattern. 14% of turmeric powder samples were tainted with lead chromate. This pigment, chosen for its bright yellow color, is highly toxic and used to make turmeric look more appealing. The evidence was clear: a near 1-to-1 molar ratio of lead to chromium, unmistakable proof of deliberate adulteration. Some samples contained over 1,000 micrograms of lead per gram, far beyond the FSSAI's legal limit of 2. For families who use turmeric daily, especially children, the danger is real. Neurotoxicity and developmental harm are no longer distant threats. Food safety toxicologists raced to trace the contamination, but the fractured supply chain made recalls slow and incomplete. The scandal shook confidence in a spice long trusted for purity and healing. Another battle played out in courtrooms. In 1995, the U.S. Patent Office granted a patent to the University of Mississippi Medical Center for turmeric's use in wound healing. Dr. R.A. Mashelka and his team at CSYR's Traditional Knowledge Digital Library responded by gathering Ayurvedic texts, Karaka, Sushruta, and modern Indian journals, documenting turmeric's medicinal use. Their evidence, translated and catalogued, was decisive. In 1997, the US Patent Office revoked the patent, citing lack of novelty. Ancient Sanskrit verses had shaped a modern legal outcome. The price gap, contamination, and patent fight reveal what's at stake: the rights, safety, and dignity of those who grow and use turmeric. Everywhere I looked, turmeric kept turning up in ritual, in remedy, in kitchen, in clinic. Today, its legend still outpaces what science can prove. Official health claims remain cautious, no matter the headlines. Remember, this isn't medical advice. Always talk to a doctor before using turmeric or any herb for serious conditions. Thanks for watching.